Hey, how's it going everyone? Mick here, welcome back to All About Tech. Today I want to talk about the iPad Pro. I've had the iPad Pro for just under a week now. I'm having an absolutely amazing time with it. It really has blown me away so far. But what I want to talk about in this video is I want to talk about the accessories that I've used in order to use this as a daily computing device without the need of spending $350 or £350 on the Magic Keyboard. Obviously the 12.9 inch is £350, the 11 inch 300, and I just thought I'd make this video to showcase the accessories that I'm using for it at the moment. There are more accessories that I do need to get for the device. I've just held off at the moment because there's not been an absolute necessity for me to do so. Well, so the first accessory that I've got for the iPad Pro is the Apple Pencil. I'm not the most creative of people. I'm left-handed, don't judge me. And well, that's my excuse. I always use that as the excuse, even though I'm just terrible at drawing. Can't even draw stickmen. The Apple Pencil has really kind of surprised me in terms of the quality of how it is used. So my last couple videos that I've posted on the channel, I've used Procreate to create the thumbnail for it. Now, I've not watched any Procreate tutorials or anything like that. I literally just bought it, opened it up and started playing with it. And with the Apple Pencil, I do find it so much more convenient to physically use a pencil and draw anything that I need to do, like an outline of my body for the thumbnail, etc. And it is really simple to just do it, and it just feels more fluid and more natural for me to use the Apple Pencil. Obviously it just sticks to the top of the iPad, so it's not intrusive. You don't have to put it away somewhere and get it out every single time you need to use it. It just sits there waiting to be used. I've only really used it for Procreate so far. I mean, if you're not doing anything creative, then there's absolutely no need to have the Apple Pencil. Even though I'm not a creative, it's forcing me to use it as a tablet, which is obviously the emphasis of the versatility of this device. Now, the second thing that I've got for the iPad Pro, this is one of the things that really helped me to save money by not purchasing the Magic Keyboard, and that is the mouse I use. I use a Logitech MX Master 2. I think this is last year's model, but I've had it for around a year or so now, and I absolutely love this mouse. It is incredibly ergonomic, and you've got loads of separate buttons. You've got a button to the side on the thumb rest. You've got the side scroll wheel. You've got two buttons, which is usually like your back and forward on a browser for Windows. You've got the scroll wheel, which you can change from a staggered to a smooth scroll. What really makes this product stand out, and why I feel it's so good with the iPad, is that if you have another primary device, like for example, I have my desktop, which I use this for primarily. So you have the normal input via the dongle, which I have in the PC. There's also a Bluetooth functionality as well, and you have 3 devices that you can save the connection preferences for. I can literally just press the button twice to go to the third one, and that's it on the iPad now. I'm now controlling the iPad with the mouse. Now, is it going to give the best experience possible for the iPad Pro? No. The best experience is going to be a Magic Trackpad or a Magic Mouse. Those are the devices that are specifically designed for macOS and now iPadOS. But still, you still get a lot of functionality with the mouse. The snap-on to the apps as you scroll through it. It's something that I felt, oh, that's a bit weird. That's not what a mouse does usually. You have to hover it to exactly where you need it and then click. The magnet towards the app that you're choosing to open, it really is intuitive, and it's something you do get used to very quickly. The experience isn't quite perfect. I find when I'm using the browser, for example, when I'm scrolling, it doesn't tend to be as responsive as maybe a premium product should be. I think that will come with more optimization. And the added benefit to this as well is that it's a separate device and it's more ergonomic than using, say, like a trackpad like the Magic trackpad on the Magic Keyboard. Yes, you do. It does require you to be sat at a table, sat at a desk, but the majority of people won't be having this on their lap, because even the Magic Keyboard, yes, it's lappable, as I've seen with many reviews. The way that they're seated and stuff, it doesn't look like it's like genuinely the most comfortable thing to do, especially with all of that weight on the top half of the device, and that it doesn't take an awful lot for it to tip back. I will always use a keyboard and mouse functionality of the iPad on a desk, so I can use a mouse or a keyboard, and when I want to go, I just take it off the stand, and away I go with the tablet form. And that brings me on to the next accessory, which I did unbox in the iPad Pro unboxing, which I'll leave a link in the description, or I'll just add a little card. And that is this stand. This is the Omoton Aluminium black stand. You can get this on Amazon. This cost around £15, around $15, I think. This thing is absolutely fantastic. Not only has it got loads of adjustment, it just feels like a solid product, and you can just place it on the desk, and then I just place the iPad on top. I can change the angles, etc. if I want it to be a lot more flat. If I want to do some drawing, etc. I'd call this a premium stand, even though it's inexpensive, because it only has to do one thing, and it does it really well. You've got the cutout at the back for your cable to come through as well, and not only this, you can use it for more than just your tablet. You can stick your phone on there if you're sat at your desk or anything like that. This is a must-have product, I think, if you're not going to buy the Magic Keyboard and you need a stand. This, to me, is one of the best-looking stand you can get as well. Yeah, you've got the white rectangular rubber pieces on it as well, but that's only to serve as a protector against the iPad as well, if you didn't have a case on it, and it stops it moving around once it's already on the stand, so you can have the stand down and you can adjust it and everything without the iPad physically moving off of the area of the stand that you initially placed it on. And then there's also rubber feet as well. Like, I'm literally trying to push it back. I'm like full force, and it's only moving back slightly. It really is a top quality product. And now the next product that I use with the iPad Pro in order to use it as a proper computing device is the keyboard itself. Now, this is a Logitech G13 gaming wireless mechanical keyboard. It is absolutely insane. I use it for my main rig as well. If you want to use it with the dongle, because this comes with a dongle, you just make sure that the kind of Wi-Fi symbol is enabled. I don't know why it's like a Wi-Fi symbol, but it is literally to go to that dongle. And then if you want to go to Bluetooth, you just press the Bluetooth button, and if you've already got it paired to the iPad Pro, automatically syncs up. Now if I press enter, it will literally just open automatically. And then if I say I use my my mouse, let's just go to notes, and then here I am typing away, and the typing experience on this, in my opinion, you're not going to get better than a proper mechanical keyboard, in my opinion. The typing experience on these beats any laptop keyboard, etc. If you're using this as a serious computing device, you want to have something that you're comfortable working at for 7-8 hours a day if you're doing normal work use on it. So the keyboard experience has to be top notch. The one complaint I do have with this, and the reason why I call this like a massive money saving tip, is because for my use case, I already had these components. I already had this keyboard because it was the keyboard I used for the for the main rig. I wanted something wireless, and this was the best wireless option for me at the time. Being able to then just from one button, I just press one button and it switches to the iPad Pro, and then it's a seamless experience. You are missing a couple features. You don't get those Mac specific keys like the command key, and you can't do your brightness and such on this keyboard. For the most part, you can do everything that you can usually do with, say, a Magic keyboard. Yeah, they have that kind of optimization for this specific OS, but you will get by absolutely no problems with a device like this one. And not to mention as well, you also get the numpad as well. I use quite extensively. I hate having to do numbers and calculations and stuff using just the top row of numbers above all the letters. That does my head in, because you can't do that quickly. At that point, you might as well just use the touch interface on the iPad. This Logitech gaming keyboard is less than £100, and then the mouse is around £50-ish. It might be a little bit more now for the newer model. Both of those together is less than half the price of the Magic Keyboard. Yeah, the Magic Keyboard makes it portable still, but the iPad itself is portable. You can take this and not really need a proper keyboard and mouse in order to use it. So to conclude then, the iPad Pro I've been using as a proper computing device, and I've not needed, nor have I missed, having the functionality of what a keyboard case would bring, because I'm sat at my desk when I'm using it anyway. And when I am sat on the sofa or I'm in bed or whatever, I don't use the keyboard anyway. It's usually for consuming content, which you don't need any sort of keyboard for anyway. So do I think that you need a $350 Magic Keyboard in order to make the most out of this device? I truly don't believe so. If they reduce the price to say £150, which is probably what it should be retailed for anyway, let's be completely honest, there is not enough tech in there to warrant £350. That would be more of an enticing deal. And the Smart Keyboard Folio should never be £199 anyway, because those keys they're just mushy and horrible. In terms of a typing experience, this is better than what the Magic Keyboard could offer. Yeah, it's big and bulky, and yeah, you can't take it places, but like I said, if you don't need something to take with you on the go everywhere, like I'm just here at the moment, I have no need to have a Magic Keyboard. This is a better typing experience. It's more comfortable because it's designed to be on the desk. You've got a palm rest, etc. I hope you found this video helpful, guys. Obviously, I don't own the Magic Keyboard, so I couldn't actually say whether or not you should buy one. I just can't see £350 being good value for money. I can't see that being worth any more than £150 or $150 retail in the first place. The Smart Keyboard Folio should never be £200 in the first place. Never in a million years. Obviously, these are just a keyboard and mouse that I have for my Windows experience as well, which just so happens to really work quite well with the iPad Pro. Not perfectly, but you could get other devices that will work just as well on the iPad Pro. So let me guys know what you think in the comments below. If you want any sort of links to these specific products, let me know and I'll provide them. Let me know what you use for the iPad Pro. Let me know if you've got a Magic Keyboard and if you disagree with some of my points. It's always good to have a discussion, and make sure you're subscribed to All About Tech, and I'll catch you guys out in the next one. Peace.